Good morning and welcome to another episode of hashtag Ask a Lobbyist. Today's going to be a quick one. We got a question, a video question actually, sent in by Joost Mulder, who's a seasoned lobbyist, I would say. And he's asking whether there's any interest I wouldn't lobby for.
Hi, my name is Joost Mulder. I've been a lobbyist myself for more than a decade. Now here's a question I'd like to ask myself to people who call themselves a lobbyist. Is there any cause you would not lobby for? Or is it like lawyers? And does everybody deserve a good lawyer and also a good lobbyist?
And I've received that question more than once, and I think it's an interesting one. There's a little anecdote I like to tell people which basically answers that question. When I was a student, I used to work at a call center pushing stocks and bonds for a financial company. And I was very good at it. Basically, my job was to call people up, cold call them, tell them about the financial products we had, and then convince them that this would be a good thing to invest in. Show me the money! I was scoring very high, selling a lot of stuff for this company, but then I started realizing that the more desperate people were, the poorer the regions we were calling, the more sales we would have. So basically, I was selling to people that couldn't really afford it. And that's when I stopped believing what I sold. I didn't believe my own anymore. So I quit. I had to quit. And at that moment, I promised myself never ever sell anything in my life that I don't believe in. For me in lobbying, it's very much the same. If I don't believe the message, if I don't believe in the cause, I cannot be a good salesman. I cannot push the message. I cannot speak to a politician, look them in the eyes, and sell something I completely don't believe in. Having said that, I don't really believe that a lot of lobbies are intrinsically evil.
We're lobbyists for the tobacco, alcohol, and firearms industries.
I get that question a lot, the very cliche question, would you work for the tobacco industry, for instance? And I can't say that I definitely wouldn't, because it's the tobacco industry. There's the argument that it's an unhealthy product, but at the same time, it employs a lot of people. It's a giant part of the economy. So I wouldn't dismiss it just because it's unhealthy.
My mommy says that cigarettes kill.
Now, is your mommy a doctor?
No.
Well, she doesn't exactly sound like a credible expert now, does she?
Following that logic, you would also have to dismiss the entire fast food industry or whatever is unhealthy. And I think it's not that black and white. What's important for me is that if I don't believe a message, I can't sell it. The other thing is that much like an actor, a lobbyist can get typecast. A good friend of mine used to lobby for the tobacco industry, was a specific tobacco producer, and that tobacco producer happened to be quite aggressive. And he quickly found out that he didn't like working for them because it sort of alienated him from any other potential projects. So very quickly, lobbying for that kind of interest can make you the tobacco guy. And once you're the tobacco guy, it's very difficult to become the health insurance guy or something similar. So if you want to lobby for a wide variety of causes, I would discourage working for a very, very specific one that might give you a certain reputation.
As a mass murderer, bloodsucker, pimp, profiteer, and my personal favorite, Mephistopheles.
Other than that, I think what you said about lawyers, I think every cause deserves some form of representation. As long as it's kosher, there isn't any lying, there aren't any cooked studies or, forged analytics or whatever. If there's a real story, a real message that deserves to be told, then there should be somebody telling it. It's that simple. One of the causes I lobby for is small and medium-sized enterprises. The reason I believe why I became successful quite early on lobbying for that cause is because I believe in it 100%. I think SMEs are indeed the backbone of the European economy. And when I sell that message and when I fight for these clients, I believe 100% of what I'm saying. And that obviously makes it so much easier to represent them as best as I can. I think this is a really interesting subject, and I think we should definitely elaborate on this. And Joost, hereby, I would like to invite you to come sit here with me and discuss this further. So maybe next week or the week after that, you might see Joost Mulder here with me. I look forward to it. Joost, you're challenged. Hopefully see you soon.
down.